So in this video, we're going to be talking about ketosis. I mean, what the heck is it really? Everybody kind of thinks they know what it is, and everybody talks about it, and it's kind of the big fad right now where people are trying to go keto all the time. But the question is, what is it? It's not Atkins, obviously. It would be named the same thing. It's not low carb. I mean, why would you say low carb versus keto, right? So it's a little bit different. So what is ketosis? Well, ketosis is actually when our body switches to using our alternative energy source. You know, all of our cells depend on glucose, sugar, to run on a regular basis. And we talk about switching to an alternative energy source, which is ketone bodies, all right? But think about this for a minute. We've always thought of glucose as the primary energy source, and we've thought of ketone bodies as the backup. But are they? That's one of the big questions that's out there right now. And we're going to hopefully address that as we go through some of our videos. So glucose is used by all of our cells, but we can switch to backup power in just about every organ in the body and every type of cell in the body. The only cells that are completely dependent on glucose and can't use any other energy source are our red blood cells. They're kind of dumb, okay? So they have to use the dumbest energy form, which is glucose. Okay, all the other cells in our body, our brain, our heart, our lungs, everything else can switch power sources to using something else. Something being potentially ketone bodies. All right, so the ketone bodies that we're talking about are acetone, acetoacetic acid, and beta-hydroxybutyric acid. Those are the three main ketone bodies in the body that come from breaking down fat. That's what you wanted to hear, right? Breaking down fat. And that's what we're shooting for. When we're talking about getting ketotic or doing a ketogenic diet, the idea is to begin to break down fat in our body to use that as energy and to produce those ketone bodies to fuel all of our activities for the day. Okay? Now, from fat, we also get fatty acids and we get glycerol. And those actually allow us, the glycerol can actually allow us to make some glucose to help us with that red blood cell problem, but we also can use protein in our body to make the glucose for the red blood cells. But ideally, we don't want to be burning any of our protein in our body because we need it, okay? We're going to talk about the proteins in our body a little bit more in one of the next videos to talk about how do we avoid losing protein, what's the protein store in our body, and what's the importance of setting things up the right way so that you get the results you want. All right, so ketosis is switching to the alternate fuel source, that alternate fuel being those ketone bodies, and those ketone bodies come from breaking down fat, and that's what we want to achieve when we talk about ketosis or a ketogenic diet. So hope that helped. As always, check out silenceyourfatgene.com to check out the rest of the videos in this series. Okay, and we're going to be talking about, like I said, all the different sources of energy in the body, proteins, ketones, and glucose, and how much of each you actually have. How do you get yourself actually into ketosis? What are the types of ketosis, and what are the things that you can do to safely do it and get the results that you want? Hope that helped, and we'll see you at the next video.